All right, I watched John Wick 4, and I don't like this movie. The highlights of this movie is there is a lot of cool guns, a lot of really good cinematography, and a lot of good style. A lot of good choreography, too, but that's subjective. I don't think the choreography was good because of how unbelievable this movie is. I don't need my action movies to be super believable, but the more believable they are, the better. Die Hard is a great movie because you can kind of believe that one man did what he did based on what happened. Die Hard didn't walk into a building with 10 people shooting at him and him somehow kill all 10 people barehanded. And that's John Wick 4. He's basically a god. For some reason, he takes 2,000 shots, and all of them land in his bulletproof vest. And there's corny scenes where he's holding up his suit, because it's a bulletproof suit. He's holding up the suit above his face to block bullets from his face. And it is so fucking corny. I cannot stand it. I couldn't. The lows of this movie, suspension of disbelief. I couldn't suspend my disbelief one time in this movie. It is outlandish. Way too much for me. Way too much for me. If you're an enjoyer of like the Fast and the Furious franchise, you're probably going to love it. A lot of people seem to love this movie, and I don't understand how. Maybe I'm too pretentious. Maybe I'm a douche. But John Wick 4, it ain't it. This ain't it for me. So I'm giving John Wick 4, I'm going to give it a 62. Simply because the cinematography was good, the style's good, the gun's good. There's a few things that are really good about it that I can respect. The stuntmen and the choreography, they did a hell of a work. The special thing about John Wick 4 is the stairs. There's a stunt double who goes down like 1,000 stairs. And from what I could tell, that was a real person rolling down those stairs. But I don't really go to see movies in theaters to watch a stuntman roll down a bunch of stairs. I could watch that on YouTube. This would have made a better YouTube video than it did a movie. Masculine, feminine, this is a 10 out of 10. On the masculine feminine scale. I'd be surprised if any women actually watched this movie and enjoyed it other than thinking that John Wick is dreamy or whatever. I can't come to it from that perspective. Light or serious. I think this movie tried to take itself serious. It tried to be like a serious movie, but I was laughing at it the whole time. Not laughing at it because it's a comedy, laughing at it because it's so stupid. I mean, the parts where John Wick holds up his suit to block his face from bullets, is so corny. Movie theater's couch. This is a movie that you gotta have a good TV with. You gotta have a good sound system with, because the only reason to watch this movie is for the spectacle. So this is a 10 on the theaters. Don't watch it on your couch unless you got a good TV and a good sound system. Maybe on your computers with some headphones, that might be a good viewing situation. But you don't want to watch this on like an iPhone or just the regular TV thing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Actually, you don't want to watch this movie at all. Just avoid it. Just watch John Wick 1. Much better movie. Foreground or background? You're probably going to want to put this on the foreground. I'd give it a 1 background because there's some slow scenes where you can walk away, take a piss, and come back. But for the most part, you don't want to be playing on your phone. You don't want to be playing an extra video game. You don't want to have your Switch out. You don't want to have this movie on monitor 2 because all it is action movie. So you got to appreciate the cinematography and the choreography and the gun fu that's in this movie. Didn't see any woke elements, so if you're triggered by woke shit, it's not in this movie. I think the movie was going for something like a 8 out of 8 pretentious, 2 campy, but I just view this as campy. I think they tried to be serious with it. They tried to be serious with the story. They tried to be serious with the fighting. They tried to give the movie gravitas, but none of it hit. None of it worked. Nothing about this movie worked for me. This is a 62 out of 100. It would be higher if John Wick 1 didn't exist. Like, John Wick 3 is probably like a 50, and this is a 62, so it is better than John Wick 3, but not by much. I don't recommend it. If you need an action movie, watch John Wick 1. Maybe rewatch Top Gun Maverick, because that's great, but this ain't it. This ain't it at all. John Wick 4 is nothing but duty.